That hardly happens.
Alleged act violates the Cyber Crimes Act and the Nigerian Communications Act. Legally speaking, how strong do you consider this case? And does an alleged admission during a TV interview automatically amount to evidence of unlawful interception? Especially with El-Rufai, arguing in court that he made those comments under cautious, mindset, so to speak.
So that is for the courts to decide. That is for the lawyers to argue amongst themselves. It is, for me, I don't know how the court to decide this matter. Somebody goes goes into a TV studio and says that they listen to the conversations of the NSA. He said he was sure that the NSA gave the instruction that he should be arrested. Now, the same man has sued the DSS, that the DSS should prove that he actually that they actually tapped the NSA's phone line. There are many people who have argued that this claim that they tapped the NSA's phone line was false and that it was meant to simply bait the Nigerian security operatives. Now, does that self-incriminating claim amount to evidence? This is what the courts have to determine, because the man who made the claim is now saying, okay, bring proof that I tapped the NSA's phone line. There are two issues here. Maybe somebody tapped the NSA's phone line and told El-Rufai that this was what he had. But that is different to actually affirming that El-Rufai tapped the line. But if El-Rufai is being charged, then perhaps he should be charged for not reporting an action that is inimical to the security of our country. They've charged him. That is one of the charges. But I don't know how, if he didn't directly tap that line, I don't know how you could then prove that indeed, or charge him for tapping the line. Because you may then run into a jam in terms of finding the evidence that he indeed tapped that line. Maybe that is why he's saying that the matter should be dismissed and that he should be paid 2 billion naira or so for lack of evidence. As far as is concerned, the case is dead on arrival because there is no evidence that he committed the offense. So he has had 17 grounds of dismissal. He wants the case dismissed on 17 grounds. He also talks about freedom of expression and association. He alleged that the absence of evidence compromises the case. And he also talks about political persecution. So he cites constitutional invalidity. As far as is concerned, even the DSS shouldn't have instituted the case in the first place. So this is the way Nasir El-Rufai feels, that the DSS must prove that he indeed tapped the line. So if there is no record of tapping, so what then happens next? The DSS will have to then fall back on the other charge, which is that he refused to report somebody who tapped the phone lines of the NSA. Again, if that one didn't happen, if no one even tapped the line, if this was just a mere claim, because I've heard people say, "Oh, El-Rufai is well known for lying and all that." So if indeed there was no tapping that happened, as people like Professor Perogi have been saying that, look, this is a lie. There was no tapping that took place. El-Rufai lied. How do you then proceed with the case? Because at some point you must find evidence to convict. How do you then proceed with the case? So it has made the case, especially the case filed by the DSS, it's made it more complicated. As far as the DSS is concerned, his own admittance of the fact that he admitted that they tapped the phone line is enough reason to charge him to court. But he is saying, no, there's no evidence. You cannot file a case without evidence. So it means that the DSS has to do a thorough job as far as this case is concerned, because El-Rufai is not taking it lightly at all. He's responded quickly to the charge by filing his own action. So he wants the court to discharge him, saying no prima facie case has been discovered against him. So everything is based on evidence. How
Right. I'm afraid we have connectivity
far
issue
can the
with
DSS go in terms of
okay.
finding to sue?
He's back.
Can you hear me? Yes, please. All
Yes, we
these
can hear
guys who
you.
like to
Yeah.
call. So Nasir
Okay.
also went further to sue the ICPC for the raid on his Mambila Street, 12 Mambila Street, Aso Drive, Abuja home. As far as it's concerned, the warrant that was issued for that house to be searched by a magistrate was not lawfully issued. And as far as it's concerned, whatever evidence or whatever evidence that they found in the course of searching that house should not be used against him. So he has sued the ICPC, the magistrate and others for 1 billion over that rate. He wants the court to hold that any evidence obtained by the ICPC and others pursuant to the warrant that he believes is defective is inadmissible in any proceedings against him. So he wants the court to affirm that the search warrant issued by the magistrate was wrong, that shouldn't have been issued. So he's been in detention for 11 days, but he's fighting back. He has sued the ICPC he has sued the DSS. So he's doing his best to get the courts to release him from detention. He's trying to get the courts to free him and declare him innocent of the charges that have been filed by these two different government agencies against him.
All right, interesting. So, in all of these, okay, let me take some comments before I go to. We have Lefty saying that the distrust driven. Okay, this is talking about our last topic. Adeoye Adebanjo says this El-Rufai case is a big lesson in capital letter that power is transient or transient. He ruled like an emperor in Kaduna State. Lefty says it's either El-Rufai admits he's lying or revealed his source if he hasn't directly. Either way, he has explanations to give. Lefty is saying you make such open confession in USA, you'll be forgotten at the Guantanamo Bay. Okay, yeah, I get that. And we have other commenters, and Sadiq Bill saying phone tapping involving a national security official is serious anywhere in the world. If it happened, the law should take its course. Ngozi Bekwe says, but why is it always political figures who get arrested when they start criticizing the government? Nigerians have seen this pattern before. Usman Garba says, whether you like him or not, due process must be followed. Detention without clear evidence will only create more controversy. Tosin Oladipo says, if he truly admitted something on television, lawyers will still argue whether that counts as legal evidence. This case will be interesting in court. I agree with BKO. Now, Emeka Nwako says security agencies should be careful not to turn legal issues into political drama. Public trust is already fragile. Okay, because of our time,